Where the fuck is McClay?
Yeah, guys, I like the mushrooms on the bottom.
Hell yeah. All right. Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 77. We are brought to you by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon, at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Podcast.
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, fucking kill you.
I like it.
Cool. You want to hit this, McClay?
Yeah. All right, check us out on Spotify,
That was good. I like that.
on iTunes, on all your favorite podcatchers, and like and subscribe, comment, check it out.
Hell yeah. Really stoked to have my homie all the way from LA, Samy Maskell, in the house. What's up, dog?
You want to pass me that joint? I can't.
Oh, yeah. All right. There you go. We're running out here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's going on, dude?
Quarantine jokes.
Yeah, no shit. No, man.
It's going, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on here. This is an honor.
A returning guest.
Hell yeah. Well, sort of virtually, where I'm virtually returning.
Yes.
We'll do another one where everyone's in the same room again, but for now this works, I guess. This isn't honestly my favorite way to do a podcast at all, but if it's the way to get content out and we could still bullshit for a little bit, then I guess it works, you know?
Hell yeah, man.
So, but man, how's the what's the quarantine like there out in LA, man? And how has it personally affected you?
Oh man, well, I am unemployed as of a few weeks now at this point.
Well, let's talk about what do you do?
Well, I'm a tattooer.
Well,
it's not that I'm unemployed, it's just everything's on pause. And you know, where we're just everything's limbo. It's feel like the longest weekend ever. I'm like, what the fuck is going on,
That's
guys?
a great way to put it.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like, so I'm just waiting. I never would have thought I would have missed touching stranger skin, like strange people's skin, because fuck, man, I need a tattoo. I feel like I'm losing it. It's not like a bike, man.
Yeah, because it's also artistic. So I mean, it's kind of like an outlet too, right? I mean,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I brought my equipment home, so I'm about to start tattooing my girl up because.
Have you ever tattooed yourself?
Yeah, it sucks. I don't like getting tattooed. That shit hurts. So, so tattooing myself, it's just two different mentalities. Trying to do your job and trying to get tattooed, you have to put yourself in different mindsets. Some people are great at it, but I feel like they're fucking masochists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean,
hurts.
There's a lot of tattoo shops obviously affected in LA by this. I mean, is there other ways people can help out, or I mean, is there anything that tattoo shops are doing or anything, or? The
only thing tattoo shops can do at this point is to donate masks and gloves. That's the only thing you can do. I probably shouldn't say this online, but we have those industrial toilet papers at work. I fucking took a bunch of those home because I'm like, I can't fucking find any toilet paper.
Hey man, is it the times now to do that, right?
Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
That's a good idea.
But no, that's the only thing at this point, like places in New York, you know, places like New York and LA, places that are really affected by this, where the hospitals they're actually starting to run out of backups. They're backups, like warehouses are empty at this point. So if you are sitting at home with a bunch of shit like that, or if you have a business that has a bunch of masks, I mean, I would urge you to, you know, give it to people who need it.
Yeah, no shit.
Because the longer nurses and doctors are around the longer you're around that virus, the worse it hits you. So if you just had a quick little, you know, conversation with someone who was sick and you got it, you know, it might be light, but people who are around it constantly, when it affects them, it affects them hard. So they need, you know, all those people need masks and gloves.
Yeah, man. I didn't mean how tattoo shops can help out. I mean, that's great that they're doing it. I meant how can people help out tattoo shops? Like, is there like I don't know,
Well,
maybe buying gift certificates for future appointments,
that
or
would be cool. That
you
would
know?
I didn't even think about that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just this has really just got my mind going because, obviously here in Phoenix, it's not the same as in LA. People out here don't really
My
give a
buddy in
fuck.
Phoenix just closed his shop.
I was about to say, yeah, all the shops just recently closed out here.
Yeah. So when we were closed, I was like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "Well, I let everyone, if he wasn't going to fire anybody. He was like, I'm quarantining, but he's like, I'm just doing my appointments right now." I was like, "You're crazy, man," but whatever. And then a week later, he was.
Well, that's the hard thing about it is you want to make money, but then you're also kind of getting shit on because people are saying don't do this. Because my girlfriend was in that predicament. She does hair,
Yeah.
and the governor just the other day recently shut down the salons finally. But
Yeah.
she was like, should I do hair? Should I do not? Shouldn't I not? But she really didn't want to. But she had all these clients, and she ultimately made the decision on her own to shut down her shop, a week or so before even the governor did. So
I have friends that are now, because it's been a while, and now like everyone's pockets are empty. Now things, bills haven't stopped, things. So a lot of my friends are starting to get on unemployment, and I have some friends that are talking to people, old clients that have been quarantined that don't have, that they know of, don't have the corona, and since everyone's been quarantined, we're on a trust issue. They were like, well, maybe I'll tattoo you out of your house, or maybe you can come to my house.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, if that has started happening on the regular.
I've seen it. I've heard of it. Yeah, it's
like house calls.
Yeah, it's going up on a rise now. Yeah, people are doing it. I'm not gonna out anybody.
You can't blame them. Like
No.
you said, bills don't stop.
No.
And another thing, like, I don't know what the process is like now, but I couldn't imagine, like, if you are one of the last people to jump on, finally get on the train of getting some of this unemployment money, like, is it going to take extra long because of all the extra people? Like, are you going to be able to get that money? So
is it going to be enough?
Yes. Well, that's the other thing, what 6.6 million people were, like, in a week were out of work.
Yeah, I'm gonna file. I'm definitely gonna file because
I'm
unemployed.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, why doesn't like the government, I heard someone say, why doesn't the government, instead of paying people, just pay everyone's rent for 1 month, 1 or 2 months, and everyone stay home, don't leave, and then there was something like, and if every time you went out and you got caught, like, you would get less money or something like that. There was some sort of idea that was bounced around. I was like, that was great. If you could pay everyone's bills and give them food, they'll stay home. Because right now people are going out because they need money, because they need food. And that's what's, people are getting sick at the grocery stores. It's not anywhere else.
And they're stir crazy too. That's the problem. People are going to start getting stir crazy here soon.
I've been walking my dog like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
4 or 5 times a day, man.
Yeah. My girl's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I just read an article the other day. Someone committed suicide because they were just going stir crazy. There's a lot of people that live all by themselves.
Yeah.
Dude,
and I'm lucky, living with Jordan,
yeah.
I've never appreciated actually her even ever more,
Yeah, I told my friend living with the girls in quarantine is the best and worst thing right now.
Yeah, that's true. But I used to live downtown Phoenix by myself, and I'd go stir crazy by myself, and be bored as fuck. I couldn't imagine going through this right now all by myself. So be right, McClay. People are gonna start fucking going crazy and shit.
Domestic abuse has gone up something like an astronomical amount, I've heard.
It's funny you say that. I brought that up the other day. Like drinking has too. Like drinking sales are up 55%.
China,
it sucks actually, because I gave up drinking this year. I'm not drinking for 2020, and but I want to drink more than ever. Because when you're bored, you want to drink.
Yeah.
So it's like this has been a really tough battle for me.
Yeah, I bet.
What's really crazy is I saw that the other day. I was watching like a little program, and they were talking about the alcohol sales and I don't have the urge to drink. I've never had the urge to drink.
You've never been a drinker, McClay.
I know, it's weird.
Except for in high school when you used to just pound bottles of vodka like in one step. I don't know. Like that was crazy when you were like 16 and 17.
Probably did it because you didn't like to drink. Just get it all done at once.
Exactly. You're fucking A right, man. So like I'm lucky in that case. But man, dude, like I start thinking about other drugs. that this is the first time in a long time that other drugs.
Opiates would have been very nice to have.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I
Those
thought
have
of it.
really popped up going, and I'm really lucky because I'm in a situation where they're not going to affect me, so I can't take them. But I couldn't imagine not like you two guys, like, or at least for Keith. I don't know.
I don't know anybody to get any, so that's the good thing, you know. And it's not like I can go to places now where it's not crowded outside, so it's not like I could go find it. And I'm glad I'm not going to go find it, but I just mean like the opportunity's not there. I don't know anybody, so be it. But you're right, it's popped up in my head.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, me and McClay are both former addicts, so it's definitely popped up in my head too.
Oh yeah, no, I'm there with you guys. I was methadone. I was on methadone many, 3 times in my life, you know, to get off that shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, stay strong.
Yeah, that's the thing is that another important thing is doing shit like this. Like, it's really nice to be able to reach out to friends who aren't like you guys. You and Brian being able to have this podcast and be able to reach out, talk to people, you know what I mean, and interact and see people. I called my parents the other day. I'm like, you guys have to get your web camera set up because it's so much nicer being able to see my hand movements and you feel it touches that you know, that need to be around people.
I get to see Abby and shit too.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why Zoom has skyrocketed. Everyone's using this stuff. I've used the shit out of all these like programs now. This is the first time I've used this one, but
fucking webcams are sold out everywhere. I was trying to get a webcam to do this shit. All the stores are sold out, and they're like impossible to get. So I figured actually a way to use my phone as a webcam, luckily. But
yeah, perfect.
So everyone's doing this shit now.
Yeah, I'm using my old ass laptop. I've used my phone for Zoom. That was cool. I was just walking around and talking and just, you know.
It's just like a platform like this, like StreamYard?
It's exactly like this, except you can, I mean, classes are using it. So it's like you can have 30 people on there. You know, you can see the computer. You can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's the free version. Free version, I think you can only have a few people. It's $9 a month, so you can have up to like 30 or more.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, StreamYard is a little bit considerably less people. You can only have, I think, 6 people on the screen at once, but you can have as many as you want, like in the waiting room where they can see stuff, but you bring them in, and then it's like $180 a year, I think. But the way that I did it and that how we're using it is like because it's pretty expensive. Like that $180 a year is a lot for people who are paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. And so I just got together with the collective and we all have the same login. We just use it, you know? And
nice. Yeah.
So StreamYard.
Other podcasts or?
Yeah. All the other podcasts are done on this. So it's nice. But the thing that I find interesting, because you know, when you guys were on last, when you and Brian were on last, you had kind of touched on a little bit that you were spending a lot of time working on your screenwriting. What's going on with that?
Well, shit. It's funny you say that. Last night I wrote Fade Out to a horror story that I'm helping this Venezuelan movie making duo, these brothers. They made this movie called El Cibon in Venezuela, and it did great in the Spanish markets and all the Spanish speaking countries. Did really well. They came to America, and you know Robert Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just read his book.
Yeah, we just got done talking about him pretty heavy on a previous episode.
Perfect. So his ex-wife, Elizabeth Ali, I can't pronounce it. Elizabeth, whatever. She was the one who helped make Spy Kids and all that stuff with him.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah blah. So she was like his right hand woman. They divorced, but they still work together. She opened up her own production company. She's friends with them. She wants to make a trilogy of this. El Cibon it's this curse about this whistler. It's called the Whistler. And it's about this curse that this guy whistles, and if you hear him close, or if you hear him far away, he's close. If you hear the whistle close, he's far away. So it's like this curse that kills like the bad people. Anyway, they made this horror movie. It did so good. She wants to make an American version of it. And so they brought me on board to help them write it because they couldn't, I mean, they're Spanish. English isn't their first language. And they said their movie wasn't horror. It was very creepy. It's very scary. but it wasn't horror. They wanted horror. And so they came to me and were like, we need an American voice. We need you to,
That's badass.
Yeah, it was great. So we've had meetings. We talked about how the story's going to go, what's going to happen. We hashed it out. And finally, I mean, because of the quarantine, I got it done in like 3 weeks. So that's,
So did they have like a draft that you fixed or you wrote it from scratch or?
I wrote it from scratch because their movie took place in the past and it explained the curse. They wanted to make a whole new horror movie where it's like, The Nun or, La Llorona or whatever.
That's really cool, man.
So it takes place today. It's in America. And then, we had to figure out how to bring this Venezuelan curse to America. So we figured it all out. Had her, opening at the border, so we kind of put some political stuff in there. And,
did you have a timeline?
So she's ready to go with this thing. As soon as, pre-production started. They just didn't have a script.
I'm sure a lot of movies act like that.
Yeah.
I know one of the most famous movies ever, that Cleopatra movie, was like the biggest box office bust because it cost so much. It was one of the problems is they just couldn't get a script. Even till the very end, they couldn't get a script. A
lot of these big movies, they're rewriting on set.
Oh, yeah, every day, yeah. But, a lot of actors give up just memorizing their lines because they're so sick of memorizing their lines and then they get changed right before.
Yeah, babe. She's cleaning dishes.
No, I was just wondering if you had like if they like gave you a timeline of like how long I need it by then and like what your writing schedule was like.
As soon as this quarantine was lifted, they're starting. So that was my schedule, and I thought it wasn't going to be this long. So I was fucking writing frantically. So now that it's starting to kind of spread, I crushed it quickly because I didn't know when this thing's gonna start, and I'd rather finish it quickly and have more time to edit because that's where the scripts get made. It's like you can vomit draft it, you can just get it all out, and now I got to go through it, track stuff, character arcs, do all that stuff, make it make sense. Because the vomit draft, when you put it all out, there's a lot of ideas on there. Movies are very simple, so
I love that term, vomit draft.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro.
you just
no, because that's what it is. You just get it all out, and then
stream.
How long did it take to write the vomit draft?
Like 2.5, 3 weeks now. Yeah, well, since I got quarantined.
Do you have like, are you just going to to write when you have like some type of idea or inspiration, or are you like, I'm sitting down and you just force yourself?
I force myself. I've put some 10-hour and 15-hour days since
Damn.
Yeah, where like I only get up for water and food. I bought the new Doom video game. I've barely played it, and it's fucking eating me alive. But I need to, it's work. It makes me sane too. We're all quarantined. I need to feel like I'm getting shit done.
I love that, dude.
When you guys write, do you guys what I'm getting at is like I have a problem making like lists to keep myself to do stuff, and I started to try and write it down, and I can't force myself to do it. So ideas when they come to me, I just want to hurry up and write them down. Do you guys have something that you use when you're like out walking your dog or something?
Yeah, your phone. You just talk into it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
You can record it.
I also have notes like on my phone. You know what I mean? Like if we have a guest idea, I have a notes that says guest ideas, and then I'll just be like, oh, we should get this dude, and then I'll never remember it because I smoke so much weed, I'll forget about it. So if I don't fucking put it down, then later on I'll be like, oh yeah, fucking I'll email that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But I actually like writing it down honestly better. I have this notebook right here. I mean, I'm so particular about my days. I'm like, these are all the things I'm going to do today. These are all the things I'm going to get done. And then I literally have to cross a line through it. And that's what makes me feel good. Like I got this done. You know what I mean? And that's what just gets, I don't know. That just makes me feel like I get more accomplished through the day, I guess.
If you have goal lists, for sure have a short-term and long-term goal list. Make 2 different lists, because if you put long-terms and short-terms in the same list, you'll start getting kind of dejected when these long-terms are getting done, because I used to do that too. And it really does help when you separate the list a little bit, like this year I'm going to do this, this week I'm going to do this, But as for the writing, no, because I'm on the elliptical or something. Half the time I get an idea. I'm always doing cardio when I get the idea for some reason. So I have to have it on my phone.
Yeah. It's really inspiring that you just write all your ideas like that vomit drop, like you're saying, because a lot of people, even myself, like I'll just get afraid to even go do that because it's like it doesn't seem worth it or the time. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
well, I
then you
mean,
realize that sometimes you just got to get it out and just you got to
yeah,
not be afraid to write it, no matter,
yeah.
and not worry if it's going to be good or bad. If that makes
I
sense.
have a lot of beginnings, where I start and then the next day I'm like, no, that was a shit idea. I started going with the Stephen King method. Instead of writing down all my ideas of stories. Now, ideas for the story is one thing, or an idea for a story, I get it. But I don't sit there and try to come up with ideas for whole movies. An idea will pop, and usually if that idea is good, I'll write it down or whatever. I've written a lot of ideas, but the one that keeps coming back is the one I end up writing. So if I give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I still am thinking about this idea, and I'm like, oh, but what if it does this, and what if it does that? I'll start writing that vomit.
Dude, I just saw a fucking video, no joke, this morning of Seth Rogen saying the same exact thing. When him and Evan, his co-writer, are talking about ideas, they just spit ideas at each other, and they know, like, if they're still spitting the same idea a year later, like, that we should make that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a gem there. I have a fucking romantic comedy that won't leave my brain. And it sucks because I'm like, one day I'm going to have to write this because it's a good one. And I'm like, motherfucker, why a romantic comedy?
Yeah, you're in all these, like, LA circles out there. Or, I mean, LA circles, like, script circles in LA, right?
Yeah, a couple. I kind of fucked up one.
What do you mean?
So, social distancing and webcams. This is an issue with webcams and all that, and microphones. When you walk away from the fucking screen, mute it. Because they heard exactly what I thought about their script when I walked away from the thing, and I had to apologize.
Oh shit!
It was. I still feel bad about it. She's such a nice lady too. Shit all over her script. God. Yeah.
Did you record it? Like, you have a recording of it?
No, I wish I did. I wish I did, but it's so cringy because the next day I was in another writer's circle that we some people know each other from the other things, and I was telling them, I was like, I so fucked up yesterday. And then this lady goes, oh, that was you? I heard about that. I was like, fuck, now everyone knows.
Oh shit, there goes my camera.
That's fucking, yeah, you said it, the perfect word for it, cringeworthy.
Oh, dude, it hurt. I'm still hurting now. I'll probably a year later think about it, and my face will go, oh.
I think it was Bill Burr that had like a joke about like when you get those thoughts, when you think about those cringeworthy moments, it's like always in the shower in the morning, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, you just.
No, that's Tom Segura.
Is it Tom Segura?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your body reacts. Your body can't help but react. I get it when I'm driving. I'll be driving, and then I'll just shake my head, and go, motherfucker.
Yeah. God.
Can you explain these the script circles? I don't even know really what they are. Like, what do you guys do? Just show each other your guys' scripts and give each other advice and stuff, or?
Yeah, so, and it's kind of crazy because you got to get like grandfathered in. I just got really lucky with that. My girlfriend knew someone like through their church and everything who's a writer in this writers group. So this writers group, because they do different things. This writers group, the head guy, he helps you write. If it depends on what level you're at. But if you're at bottom, he helps you write this from page 0. We get an idea, you figure out the characters, you build the characters. He helps you step by step. You present it to class, and you do a table read where everyone gets a character, and you do a table read. When you hear it out loud, you really hear what the problems are.
Oh, yeah.
Like no other. And so an out loud table read like that is great. If you can get your friends to do that, any screenwriters out there, for sure do that. The other one, we do it like this through the internet. We send off our scripts like a Friday, and then we have it on Wednesday. So you have from Friday to Wednesday to read it, write notes, and then it's a 3-hour discussion. Everyone talks about it. At first it's general, then we get into it, and then by the end it's little things. Just, we're nitpicking at the end.
Are you ever worried that somebody's going to steal ideas?
Oh yeah, no shit.
And I've thought of that. Ideas, there's a bazillion ideas. Honestly, if you have an idea that's worth stealing, you would you'd be working, so some people, like when I first started out here, I was copywriting everything. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna send this off. I'm copywriting. Now I'm like, fuck it, take it. I don't give a shit. I'll just be happy if I see it on screen.
Yeah, you look at it as a learning process and a getting better each script you write type thing.
Yeah, and plus the people, like I said, you got to get grandfathered into some of these circles, and these people, you know, they have their own thing, and half the time everyone has their own flavor, you know. So if all of a sudden I just did this, I don't know, like this period piece about women's rights and everything like that, that was this other lady's fucking idea, like.
Yeah, you'd be ostracized from the groups.
Exactly, and plus with your, hold on, is that me or you? I don't know.
I don't know.
I just heard something. Plus, if someone took, I would have to present it to class, and because it doesn't get better. Like my script, until I bring it to my friends now, and they rip it apart, and then I see everything because I'm so close to it. You need a group of people to rip your script apart, and so if I couldn't do what they have and make it better than them and try to make a movie, you know what I mean, without bringing it to class. So they would all automatically see, like, what the fuck? That's so-and-so's idea. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It wouldn't
work. You can't
work.
get with it anyway.
You can't get past people. Now, obviously, if I sent it off for someone to look at and they took it and made a movie like someone I didn't know, like I sent it off on email, that's a little different. And again, they would rather pay you. They would rather pay you than go through any legal battles, because everything's through Final Draft. Everything's copyrighted anyway. It's dated.
Yeah, it's timestamped on that program, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get Final Draft if you don't have it. If you're into screenwriting, I say Final Draft.
Oh shit, that's genius! I didn't know that it did. That's fucking really smart. That's a great thing to throw in that program.
Problem is that you can just change. If you change, I think there's like a percentage of things that you change in a script. You change everyone's names. You change the location. You know, it's not a big. You know, they can make it and you can get by. So I don't know, man. It's really weird. I would be more worried about making a good script than someone stealing your idea.
Yeah. What's your like ultimate goal as a screenwriter? Just to like sell your script and then see it be made into a film, or do you want to be involved in that process of the filmmaking with the script?
The ultimate goal is to be making movies, to be the director.
So you want to direct your own shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you, because I know certain screenwriters just that's it. That's all they do is screenwrite, and then there's the writer directors.
If I can do that, I would, but it's not. I don't know.
Well, this leads me to my next question then, as a writer director, because you've given me just some phenomenal advice, and because I just started off screenwriting last year, and
Babe! Sorry. I know.
You're good.
Sorry.
Quarantine life.
I know. She teaches out here. I'm a mouse. As soon as I get on a podcast, the fucking music's coming from the room.
No, what was I gonna ask? Oh yeah. So as far as a writer director, because you taught me how to not write it with the camera angles.
Yeah. Okay. So
I really want to, but we've only really discussed this through messages and text.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to talk about that here for a second, because it really did evolve my script. Like you told me to keep it in the present time.
Yeah.
And also get rid of the camera angles, because I was seeing my movie in my head and stuff, because I wanted to direct my own shit too.
Yeah. But
when I read Quentin Tarantino's or like Christopher Nolan scripts, they have camera angles in there like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I didn't know if that was like
those are shooting scripts.
I see what you're saying.
So the one that you see, when he first wrote it out, the most he might have is pan out, crane shot. That's all the information on camera work that you would ever see on the first draft. When it's ready, it's starting to get produced and everything like that, and he's sitting there with a cinematographer, then they go over and they go through, okay, we need a 21 millimeter here, this is going to be this kind of shot. So I figured that
was just like the shot list. I didn't realize that they like would rewrite the script with that in it. I guess.
Yeah.
That's
totally
cool.
Totally if for something smaller, like if with your friends, I guess you can do whatever you want at that point. There's no rules. But if you're writing a script, first, like, just get the story, and then the camera work and all that stuff, you can write notes afterwards. You could be like, okay, because if you can write the story, if you put all that information in there, it's going to be too long of a script with not enough story. So
You're
your
right,
script's going
yeah.
to be 120 pages, but you only really have 75 pages or 80 pages of actual story. Meanwhile, if you just write the story, 85 to 95 pages, and then later you're like, you make notes, okay, scene 2, we're going to be doing this type of shot, we're going to pan in on this face. If you can get that information in your action, area, like I said, you can be like, boys POV, or crane shot, or fade out. You can put those things. It's just that if you get too far into that, you're mentally getting out of the story.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially if you're trying to show someone a story, they're like, what? I got instructions now. You want to give it, it's a balance between you're giving a movie and a book. So it's weird.
Yeah, because when I took all the camera angles out, it just really simplified it and just made it way easier to read too.
Yeah, because if you give someone who doesn't care about an actor, he doesn't need to know that.
Yeah, I was giving it to friends who don't even know like the camera angles I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just confusing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really good advice.
It's hard enough. For people like that, it's hard enough going, what is INT? It's like, no, that's interior. So interior of the house, But,
yeah.
So too much information on a first script is not, you don't need it. You don't need all that information.
Well, so take for example the one that you just recently did. How many drafts was it from the vomit draft? Like you did the vomit draft, and how many more drafts until the final draft?
Which one?
The one with
Whistler?
the whistle. Yeah.
No, I just finished the vomit draft last night. I sent it off to the brothers,
I see.
The directors. They're, because we're constantly talking. Every time I have an issue, I call them up. I'm like, okay, man, like, do you want to see the Whistler's face? Like, what kind of monster, what kind of powers are we talking about here? Should he be like this? So I'm having to. We're talking movie references. Is it like Krueger? Does he do this? Is it more in their head? Like, so we got all the ideas out together. So the vomit draft, there's a lot of ideas. So I'm sending it off now. There'll probably be by the end of this 8 to 10 edits, full screen page 1 edits. Because already the characters were like, well, she's too old. Let's have her younger. So that's fucking page 4 rewrite.
All right, so you're writing a horror themed, story. There's two sides that think that, they want to see the big bad, or is it better to have the big bad off mysterious and more in your head and psychological, so you freak out more? What are your guys' choices?
They wanted, again, because they came to me, so I have to take a lot of their notes. They wanted a slow reveal, like Alien, where it's a lot of build up and then, or Jaws, a lot of build up and then at the end the monster's there revealed. My question the other day, a few days ago, because at the big reveal I was like, okay, how much of this are we revealing? Because Elizabeth, that lady, she has an art designer already designing this shit. I was like, okay, so is it like full, the alien? We finally see the majestic alien, fucking everything. Is it Freddy Krueger, kind of thing where we see the whole body, or is it still mysterious, quick, They went with, they said, well, on the script, let's just have him we fully see him at the reveal at the end. So you don't see the thing until the end.
I think that's smart, especially because
totally.
I forget. I don't know where it was, if it was at a con or what, but I was listening to Todd McFarlane talk, and that was one of the things that he that's one of the reasons that he's such a stickler on holding out on making sure Spawn is done correctly rather than just putting something out, is because he truly believes that the Spawn should not be the main part of the movie. He should just be the big bad boogie monster. The main part of the movie, the evil should be off in the shadows, and it just makes it scarier. And I never really thought of it until
make it more character driven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that gets people on board with these scripts. You can have the craziest sci-fi script in the world. You need characters.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You need something to hold on to.
Yeah, and that you can relate to. How as a screenwriter did you get on their radar for them to come to you? And the reason why I asked is because as actors, you're going out and auditioning, and you're there's more mingling with actors and directors and filmmakers. But screenwriters is more of a you're kind of by yourself. So
Yeah, there's a lot of places for screenwriters to get together. Or there's like talks and stuff, and there's places that you can, they have places where you can like meet other producers and screenwriters. Thing is, though, that's like a crapshoot. It's like everyone's there, so there's a lot of competition. So you're probably not going to get found. It's kind of one of those things. I got lucky. They came to class. They came to one of those writers' classes. They took it because they were friends of someone that was taking a class who made a movie, who's made a couple of movies. She said, hey, why don't you come? You might enjoy this, especially since you're trying to write horrors and do stuff like that. They really liked one of my scripts that I brought in, that I finished. It was kind of like a really dark comedy, funny, bloody. It was about it is about an executioner's apprentice in the medieval times, and who faints at the sight of blood. So it's like this, it's like this ridiculous. And there's like incest, there's all kinds of crazy shit. Like I went off the chain with this. And so they loved it. They were like, dude, this is great. Hey, can we grab coffee and we'll talk? I was like, okay, and then I was talking to them a little bit before they came at me with that. And I watched their movie. It's El Bone. If anyone out there wants to rent it. It is, but no, it's a subtitled movie. It's all in Spanish. I liked it. A little long for my taste. I told them exactly what I thought about it. And I said, it's not horror. It was creepy, but it didn't make me jump. It didn't make me do anything that I, want from a horror movie. And they were like, fuck, that's what we want. And I was like, cool. And then we just got on the same page with everything.
What is your favorite horror movie?
The Thing is a big one.
Thing's amazing.
Aliens. Second one's really good. There's I don't know. I mean, obviously when I was a kid, all the Freddys and slashers, the Jasons, all that shit was cool. I watch those now, I laugh. But
totally. It's totally comedical for sure.
Yeah. But no, for me, I guess it was Alien and The Thing is a big one. I love.
Have you seen a horror movie? This is for you also, McClay. It has recently scared you?
I had to do a lot of research for this one. I inundated myself for a week of horror movies. And honestly,
nothing, huh? I know. I'm trying to look for one.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've only had one horror movie scare me, and I've only had two horror movies really scare me my whole life. The first one was The Exorcist when I was really young.
Yeah.
Really young. I mean, I don't know,
I saw that in 8th grade, and I saw it with Bad Luck and Chris also, and we laughed our asses off. As a matter of fact,
when you watch it when you're older, but when you're young and that shit seems real to you, like her face, if I still think of it, I still kind of like, I gotta go turn on a light type bullshit.
I fucking went to a wax museum and as a little kid, and they had a room that was The Exorcist, and my mom had to carry me through it.
The other movie was more recent, and this is gonna sound crazy, but that movie, The Cell, really fucked with my head, man. You remember that movie?
It's like a 9 Inch Nails movie.
Yeah, that movie fucked with my head.
I forgot about it. Is that the Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, but dude, Vincent D'Onofrio was so fucking scary in that movie, on a different level freaky. You know what I mean? Like, he has something about him. And
the artwork in that was amazing.
Oh, fucking beyond amazing. And just the thought of being stuck in somebody's fucked up head who's a psychopath like that, that's just like all these different things, like that was a really good story. And it's a Jennifer Lopez movie, but everything else about that movie was really good. And I think I watched it on like mushrooms or acid.
What? Why would you do that?
Well, it made it better.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So, and that was probably, but that scene, there was a couple scenes in that movie, where like, dude, his acting just blew me away.
I forgot about he was even in that. I got to rewatch that again now.
Yeah, that was really good. It always reminded me of that 9 Inch Nails video.
It's fun to watch old movies that scared you and then watch them again to see if it still has that same, feeling.
I like really independent themed, like new independent.
McClay, is Martyr? What would Martyrs be considered?
Martyrs would be considered like
horror. I think of more psychological horror.
Psychological horror.
That movie didn't scare me, but that movie you're just constantly going, "Fuck."
Yeah, you're going, "What the fuck?"
Have you seen Martyrs?
No.
Dude, you gotta watch it tonight, bro. it's
you
a
have to
French.
watch the original.
Yeah, there's two of them, but there's but the 2008's the original. It's a French film. It's subtitles. It will
of
blow,
course, it's a French film.
bro. It will blow you away, dude. It is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
French horror.
I've been waiting for a movie to be like that profound on me since that movie's came. As a matter of fact, I just watched his recently movie. It's called Incident in the Ghostland, and it doesn't even really stack up. It's more brutality, kind of gross horror. You know,
I don't like that type of
I don't
horror.
either.
I'm not a
Like,
fan.
I actually kind of laugh at that too. Like when people get gross out, I'm like, because I see like
House of a Thousand Corpses.
I see like how I think about how they film it. So I'm just like, like I can't get
Yeah.
grossed out by that shit for some
No, I
reason.
think also if you're into making like getting into screenwriting, you know, as long as I have now, which is not as long as most people, I can't enjoy movies half the time.
I can't either, dude. Just even
I'm
acting.
dissecting it.
Oh yeah, I talk about that all the time because actually, as a matter of fact, I tell Brian this all the time. Is I know if a show or a movie's good if I'm not doing that because I'm lost into the story. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And then I'm like, holy shit, this is actually really good because I'm not thinking about how they shot it or this and that. Or
You know what I did? The only movie where I was able to dissect it, but also was on a ride that got me was 1917.
that movie, I fucking dude, I did the same thing.
I had to watch it. I need to watch it again. Like after I walked out, the first thing I said was, "I need to watch that again." Like,
Dude, like it's kind of sucks because I told my dad to watch it and I thought he was going to be all excited for it. He's like, no, it sucked, it was slow, but I don't think he watches it like how we would watch it and understanding that it's all one take. It's Roger Deakins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I actually, as a matter of fact, the behind the scenes and the making of the movie actually I like more than the movie itself.
Oh, I bet it was crazy.
Yeah, there's no.
I was trying to find all the cuts.
Oh yeah, totally. I was doing that too when I was watching it with my girlfriend. I'd be like, "Oh, that's
How many
cut
cuts
right there.
are there?
That's a cut."
There's
a few, but you can
yeah.
tell like the camera will like go into like a black tunnel and then come out, but like that blackness they can cut out. You know what I mean?
Or like, someone walks in front.
Or someone walks in front. Yeah, you can cut right there, and yeah, I love.
It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. It was just.
I fucking loved it.
It would have been so awesome to write that movie because you would have
Hold
to
on, I'm
map,
getting some
you would map
feedback.
it out.
Hold on, guys.
I thought someone was mowing your lawn.
It's Sam. You got some feedback on you. Hold on. Hey, Sam.
Oh, it's my computer.
This computer's on
It's my
fire.
fan. It's my
It's your
fan.
fan on your computer.
Yeah, it's old.
That's all good, dude. I'm sure we could probably figure out
Or
a way.
maybe because I have it on an angle. Maybe if I put it straight.
Don't get me wrong, I love a movie with a good story, and it's not that 1917 doesn't have a good story, but it's really just a simple story. It's just about a soldier needing to deliver a message to a group of troops that are getting ready to attack the Germans, and they're going to get fucked.
Yeah,
That's
I think
it.
the fan will calm down here in a minute. Sorry about that.
No, it's all
No,
good.
No, it's all
dude,
good.
the simplest stories are the best, man. You know, simplest stories are the best. I mean,
Yeah.
Labyrinth, for example. Girl needs to get the kid back. That's all. You know, or think of any great movie. You know, there's just one thing that needs to be done usually.
Yeah, you're right. And then just have lots of great characters and story arcs and
Yeah. I mean,
subplots
unless you're
and
Guy
shit.
Ritchie, and then you're like, I'm gonna, you know, this is gonna be a spaghetti fucking pasta. You know, like just all these character arcs and crazy things.
McClay, do you think we should like come back in?
No, it's his fan. It's a physical noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's cool. His computer is heating up a little bit, so
Oh, I
it's
see.
a fan running. What we were just talking.
I mean,
about.
I could try if we need to go back out. I could try to use my girl's laptop.
It's up to you, man.
Oh, I
Wait,
think-
wait. It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Stop. Nice.
Yes, it did. It must have gotten hot. It's just like, okay, we got to kick this hot air out.
I was gonna ask, what are some, or really, go ahead, McClay.
Go ahead, Keith, because I forgot what I was gonna say.
What are some common mistakes screenwriters make?
There's so many. One, don't start your story off with the character waking up in bed. No more. We've seen that movie too many. I've done it. We've seen that movie too many times. Yeah, man. Just what do they? It's the present tense thing. A lot of Fred is walking to the car. No, Fred walks to the car. you're telling the guy what to do. You're not saying what happened. So remember,
So you're saying Fred walked to the car, not Fred is walking to the car.
Fred walks.
Fred walks to the car. I see.
Yeah. So you're telling us what's happening. You're the TV screen. Your words are the TV screen. So you're telling us what's happening, not what happened.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, I still do it. In fact, right now, every time I basically write like I'm ironing. I go up and down. I go 10 pages back and I push through. And I go 10 pages back and I push through further and further. Every time I go 10 pages back, I'm trying to fix all those because I do that.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. All the INGs in the world. Take those out.
I think we should. Wait, there it goes.
Yeah.
Never mind. I think it finally went away. Okay. I was gonna say I think we should have restarted it, but I think we're good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, man. Because I'm these are all notes I'm taking myself because I'm trying to get better myself. I don't think I write as much as you. How many scripts are you sitting on, or do you have?
At this point, finished like 7. I would only show 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, the other ones are good. Like they're good stories, but the other ones were before all these writing classes and everything like that. So I need to go through and do a hard edit on all, on all my tenses, and, the characters.
I think we should, because there's some weird power noise in the background. I think it's going to be kind of bad for the audio listeners.
So here,
sorry.
Hold on.
I just don't have I can't edit the audio as well with this as I could. If
we'll just pause it right here.
Yeti. Can you hear me? Try again?
Check.
There we go.
Check.
Boom.
Oh, shit. He's back. Sammy
back.
Maskell all the way from Los Angeles. How you doing, bro?
I'm fucking Los Angeles.
Yeah, I guess we didn't hit record, so we got to do all that shit over again. Is that cool?
Oh, for reals?
No, I'm just like...
Oh, I was like, damn.
Where were we?
We were talking about scripts and shit. Actually, you were talking about common mistakes screenwriters make.
Common mistakes, thinking that you're good. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Common mistakes is giving up, really. Not giving enough time during a day, giving it a few days between working on it. You got to keep that momentum. At least for me, I got to keep that momentum. It's almost like, if you're into a really, really good show and all you can think about is like, man, what's going to happen on the next episode? As soon as I go home, I'm going to fucking watch that next episode. That's how you should be with your script. I want to see what happens next. Now, if you've written out like on a draft what's going to happen next, then you want to see how it gets there. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to be interested in trying to see the next step. I think some of the biggest mistakes is that people try everything they're writing or every scene they're writing, they're trying to make it like the perfect fucking version of it. Just get by it. Just finish it, and then that way you can always go back and edit, but just get by it. Because I have a lot of friends that takes them 2-3 years to finish one fucking script and they still have to go edit it. So just get it done and then move on. That's the thing. Move on. Finish multiple scripts. Then when you go back to the first few, you look at them, you'll notice all this bullshit that you would have never seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, what else is there? I have no idea. I don't know. People do a lot of mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Another
I think that not giving up thing is important with a lot of shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
See it through. At least try to give yourself those goals.
Yeah.
Get one script done. Have a goal of getting 3 or 4 done, or you know what I mean?
Well, the average is like you got to write 10 scripts before you sell 1. So that's an average. That means some people have written 20, some people have written 1. I mean, not many who've written 1 and sold it, but what I mean is it's like it takes a long time before your shit's good enough to be read and, someone's going to want to put fucking 500,000, 2 million, whatever million, money on it. Also, another big thing writers do that is not smart is they write like a $200 million budget movie.
Yeah.
That's
people
fun.
do that. People do that in Phoenix and then try to shoot it.
Yeah. Atomic shark.
And then oh yeah, that's what, yeah, that's just hilarious.
No,
do you
dude.
remember that thing?
Yeah. I have pictures of me next to that
I
fucking
can't believe we
shark
jumped
head.
Talk about what that-
into
what-
that fucking lake.
Talk about what that is.
Well, I think we talked about it on the last episode we did, but me and
Yeah.
Sam were on a set before we like knew each other. But then after I realized that, I totally remember him being on the set because I remember you and Brian giggling and having a good time. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
those two dudes are having fun. And
Yeah,
shit.
we were having a lot of fun on that set. Just any set. We were just happy to be anywhere. You know, we'd find something and be like, dude, let's go to this fucking movie set.
Yeah,
We need
exactly.
extras.
And it was one of my first, the first year I was just being an extra, just being happy to be on a set, and it was called Atomic Shark. I was like, oh, this sounds fucking crazy. And it was shot on Tempe Town Lake. And
How a shark went to Tempe? Well, we're just gonna shoot it so it looks like the ocean. I'm like, what side?
I don't know if I told you how like someone hit me up and they're like, yeah, I saw Atomic Shark on Sci-Fi. And I was like, what? I was like, holy
There's another
shit.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know this. I thought when someone told me this, and then I hit up someone else that was an extra. And I was like, did you know that Atomic Shark was on Sci-Fi? And she's like, holy shit, I'll watch it right now. And she watched it, and she's like, I didn't see our scenes in it or anything like that. So we ended up having like a watching party to see if like where our scenes would be. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this actually looks like they're shooting it on the ocean. This does not look like Tempe Town Lake,
Yeah. I saw parts of it too.
But the funny thing is this Atomic Shark's shitty, but then like we did like the shittier of the shitty Atomic Shark.
Dude, I know, right? I mean, it's like, you know how that when Transformers came out, they made that movie Transmorphers. It's like we were the Transmorphers of Atomic Shark.
Yeah, but this is also where I realized IMDb was bullshit too, because like back then, like I thought IMDb was the coolest shit in the world, and having IMDb credit was cool, and so I submitted for Atomic Shark, and I didn't realize that like that Atomic Shark, I thought it was all the same Atomic Shark, so they didn't even look, and I was a part of that Atomic Shark on the IMDb for like 2 months, and then I was like, then I realized that there was 2 Atomic Sharks. I took it off, so they don't even check that shit.
No.
You know what I mean? You could say you're in The Godfather probably. And
Like you weren't even born yet.
Yeah, so that's when I realized like IMDb is like a bunch of fucking.
Well, yeah, it's a cool kids thing. It's like stocks. You see, I went up 8 points today if you're famous, or like, oh.
You're talking about the star meter?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
fucking
God.
so retarded.
I know. Yeah,
it's
people get
cool
all
in a
fucking-
way if you're into that world and if you're part of that whole meter thing, but like.
Well, it's funny how it works is you have to pay for the pro subscription. Like, I paid for IMDb Pro maybe for like 3 or 4 months, and then I just don't ever have it, and then they'll offer me a free month, so I'll have IMDb Pro for like 1 month out of the year, and that's when you can have a profile pic. You can put like what you're known for, like you can really customize it, and then your star meter will shoot up into the first 100,000. But if you're not paying for it, you're like in the bottom half of a million.
Yeah. Most people don't even know that the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame are paid by the stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The upkeep and everything, it's rent. They got to rent that shit out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happens when they die?
I don't know, but yeah, all the ones that you see, like, I guess that are
Does
still
Trump
alive have
still
to pay
have a
for it.
walk?
Yeah. They keep fucking fixing it. They keep bashing it, and they keep fixing it.
So what's like Hollywood and LA like right now, dude? Down there, I mean, do you go out or are you staying?
I don't go out. No, the only places I go out are the grocery store at this point with the whole quarantine.
Do you wear masks and gloves, or you just go
Oh,
out?
dude, I'm a tattooer, so I'm dealing with the world out here like it's a fresh fucking tattoo. I go out with a mask, gloves. I de-glove every time I touch something. Like I know about cross-contamination and all that shit, like just as good as anyone else. I know how to touch something that I think has AIDS on it and not touch my face, so.
I do that out here, but people look at me like I'm a freak. But then, like, I'll see someone else in the grocery store.
You'll be like,
shit on. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro?
No, the actual freaks out here, everyone's doing it right now, but are masks. But the freaks out here are the ones with gas masks, like the fucking full on, like it's war. Like you walk around, you're in the grocery store, and you'll see people with like World War II gas masks on.
What?
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy. This is crazy times, dude.
Yeah, it's wild. It is wild.
Holy shit.
There's so many people dead in New York right now. It's insane. People are starting to die here. We have the Navy out here. The Navy's out here with a fucking ship. You know, like it's really no joke, man. And
Do you think LA handled it a little bit better than New York?
LA's handling it very well. I'm actually very happy with the governor, the way he's handling it. He was no joke about it. He was ahead of the curve on a lot of people, a lot of different states. So we're all really happy. It's such a populated city, and it's just he was smart about it. When he saw what happened with New York, or started happening in New York, he jumped on it, because New York right now is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking hurting. But then I watch shout out Subway Creatures Instagram. I fucking see New Yorkers in the middle of this pandemic still being fucking stupid on subways. Everyone's just fucking saw this naked lady twerking. She had latex gloves on. This 250 fucking pound lady had latex gloves on and was naked and twerking on a fucking subway. You know, in a crowded subway. So I'm just like, nah, this is exactly what you fucking guys get then.
You know what really fucking pisses me off? I've been seeing a lot recently are those videos of people like purposely sneezing or coughing on other people and they think it's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't know
Knock a
if you saw
motherfucker
that.
out.
Yeah, this one guy went up and sneezed on a Target worker. It was like a week or so before it was like really crazy, but the corona was still out. Then the Target guy was like, "You need to get out," and the guy just thinks it's funny and someone's filming. It's just
No,
like,
that's
I would do the same thing. I would punch you, motherfucker.
They're
Like, I don't think that's
arresting.
fucking funny.
They're arresting people doing that now.
Good.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's almost a terrorist act if you lick like those people licking fucking food in grocery stores.
I hate that too. The ice creams and shit.
Yeah. So no, those people are getting arrested and they're getting years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Stupidity, good. You know what? Actions have consequences.
Exactly.
No matter what, actions have consequences. And
I thought it'd be funny to get like a little spray bottle of water. You know how you could spray someone in the back of their head and act like you sneezed? I thought that would be kind of funny, but at least you're not
you get
sneezing.
knocked out for that too. Though.
yeah. Do it and just step back, try to fight it.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's wild out here, and you know you can tell some people are taking it very seriously. That's why, the cases haven't flown because people have stayed inside for the last few weeks.
Well, also remember, like New York was like the port of entry for everybody. They were like funneling people in there, like so they were setting themselves up. And another thing is like you would think of if there was one city that would fucking actually be prepared for a biological thing, it'd be New York.
Yeah, but I mean, geez, all that.
I mean,
trash, all the rats.
I get it. Like, it's shitty, but you know, me and Keith kind of talked about it on the last podcast, and I've just started looking into news. Like, I don't watch news, and I've kind of forced myself to just because of what's going on. Like, you kind of have to be somewhat informed, and I've just stepped back from everything for the longest time just because I've been so.
Meantime, this motherfucker's going to 3 Walmarts, 3 Targets in one night. He's dead, dude. Like next week.
You know, like you just get disgruntled and you quit watching that shit. And
no, I get you because I stopped to for a while, at least not day to day. The only news I was into, or I am into now, because I'm playing stocks. I'm buying stocks as they're crashing. Right, the stocks are crashing, but I'm buying them up as they're falling because I wish I did that in 2008. As they're falling, I'm buying, and then one day when they go back up, I'll be fucking sitting good. I'm buying up Coca-Cola, McDonald's. I'm buying up all these fucking things. So that's what I read. And honestly, stock news is the world. It's literally like I know what's happening in Italy, Spain, China, this company, how people are feeling over there. So that's the only news I get, really.
Don't you do that, McClay?
Oh God, like it's been a source of some very stressful situations in the past couple months with everything going on. I mean, I'll be honest, I've probably lost a large percentage of what was in my portfolio.
Yeah. I'll be negative this Monday probably. But I knew going into it because I started really buying up this month and I knew it was going to go back further down, but I'm buying as it goes. I don't know where the bottom is, so I'm just buying as it's going down. But I was up 3,000 a couple weeks ago, and now I'm probably to be in the negatives just because it's been crashing and burning because of all the jobless.
This is everybody though, right?
Yeah. Unless you sold everything out, unless you sold
like those senators.
Well, that's the thing, like
fuckers.
yeah, those guys should be put in fucking prison.
Yeah, they should.
Like that's the type of shit that causes it. Like, so there's you're gambling and you're also helping the situation. Like if we just pull all our money out, one, we lose all all that negative value, we take it. As of right now, it's just paper. You know what I mean? It could go up, it could go back up. So
I'm waiting 5 years. I know it's going to be a few years, and I went into it with the long term. Yes,
that's the important thing. So but other than that, like my whole being, like just like you, Sam, you're doing a lot of your monetary income, I would imagine, comes from tattooing.
Yeah.
And you have something that you're working on to fall back on, which is nice. But like that's how I'm like my major income is coming from people buying things that are fun to have that are not necessary, you know. So a lot of people aren't buying stuff like that. You know, they're not spending on fun stuff.
I feel so bad. I watched this whole thing on comic book stores and how a lot of them are going to be gone after this.
Dunzo.
And most of them are going to be, most comics are going to be digital now.
Yeah, Diamond's not printing. I mean, they're done publishing. So
wow.
And
the dream's done. Stan Lee died.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey guys, Lil Mac here. I just saw a Reddit article about the Small Business Bureau organization. Like a lot of the stimulus package, a lot of it didn't even go to that organization. It went to big businesses. So that just shows that even more that the small businesses are going to be even more fucked in the long run because that money went to those organizations.
Well, here's another crazy thing is that like you're saying that whole not system but whole
ecosystem.
That whole thing, like comics brings a lot of money into a lot of different subsets, you know what I mean? Plus it's art. Like that's such a big deal that and we talked about it with Kyle, like our buddy Kyle, who's also into comics. You know, he's bummed out because you're not going to have physical comic books anymore.
No, what happens to all those weird kids? I worked in comic book stores. What happens to all the weird kids that have no Magic the Gathering places to go to? You know, shit like that. All the anime kids. It's just digital doesn't do it. And then on top of that, fucking Marvel. Hold on, fucking Marvel. I'm gonna rant.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Marvel.
I love Sam's rants.
They are so tone deaf. So fucking tone deaf in this whole shebang. They're coming out with more comics when they should be pulling back, and they're coming out with shit like Snowflake and fucking Safe Space.
Yeah, you know what they're gonna do?
Is that?
Here's what's gonna piss you off even more. They're gonna go back and they're gonna restart everything and go back to number ones just so they can sell more, and they're just gonna fucking piss off comic fans even more.
Can you guys talk about the Snowflake really quick in Safe Space? Because I just heard about that the other day.
What the fuck? And designed.
Well, no.
Explain Brian Michael Bendis. That's Brian Michael Bendis bullshit that has just like it's vomited on everybody. Everybody.
It's just characters. These non-binary characters that it supposedly is gonna, I don't know, make fucking the letter community fucking feel better about it. All it did, it's trolling. They're trolling us at this point. Oh, this is what you guys want? Fucking Safe Space and Snowflake? What the fuck? Say the words. And then could you imagine a Marvel meeting and they're sitting around a table and he said, these are my fucking characters? Didn't one motherfucker stand up and laugh in his face?
I guarantee that most of those people in that room have been cultivated from that section of our fucking ridiculousness. You know what I mean? The pussification of America type thing.
Fucking and She-Hulk bitch. The chick who's writing a She-Hulk series. Oh man, just Marvel's been pissing me off.
Yeah. Marvel. Well, the sad thing is that here's what's even worse. Like I could see Marvel buying DC or vice versa. You know what I mean? Because basically they're owned by Disney, and DC is hemorrhaging, right? And so Disney's just gonna come in and swoop that shit up, and now you're gonna have Batman in the same fucking universe, man. And then you're crossing streams like Ghostbusters, man. I don't want any part of that shit.
Yeah, I bought tons of Disney stock though. That shit's low right now. That shit is low. I bought a lot of it.
That's a cult, bro. So that's a good stock to own.
Dude, it'll never go away. The fucking
it's a church.
Yeah. So no, man, it's really weird times we're living in. Like I said, when Stan Lee died, I was like, well, that's it. Fucking the dream's done. That's done.
Yeah. Well, there are some good writers out there. Like on my other show, I have a show called Tales from the Flip Side, and we interviewed a writer called of a book called Dead End Kids, a really good comic called Dead End Kids. This guy named Frank Gogol, and he kind of blew me away. And you'll kind of understand this, Sam, and this is why I'm bringing it up. Is he was talking about he's getting ready to release like a new series called No Heroine, and it's basically like Buffy the Vampire Slayer when Buffy is addicted to heroin. And it's fucking a great idea. And the dude is a genius writer in comics, but he's getting ready to release this new series. He's got all this money and promotional stuff, and this virus hits, and they can't even print his comic.
Yeah, no,
dude. They killed all the cons. So
pretty much comics are dead. Like,
if you came out,
like you're only going to be able to get them, like you said, online, and that's it. There's not going to be places for these nerdy kids to go to talk about comics, to play the Magic the Gathering,
any of that stuff. Warhammer, yeah, it's just weird. If you came out with a movie this year or last year, or if you had a festival, that's where you get your distributors. So if you have a movie that you made, imagine how much money it takes to make a movie. Now you get no distribution. You have nowhere to show it. Comic books, same thing. You put all that time and effort into it, nowhere to go. The good thing about comics, though, is that it can be digitized, and it's actually kind of fun to watch it on to have an iPad and like flip, because it does these cool things. I've used it, but it's not the same. It's not the same as holding your comic.
We were just talking about that.
I spent a couple $100 on fucking comics on an app, and then I lost the app and I lost my comics.
Oh, jeez.
So
Fuck
whatever.
that.
Well, I wanted to do a shout out to your tattoo shop, but we didn't really talk about the name of it and where it's at and shit, just for when shit is back. And
Tattoo Mania down on Hollywood Boulevard. We are right across the Viper Room, right next to the Whiskey A Go-Go. If you come to LA, want a good time, go get drinks, come get tattooed. We don't, as long as you can fucking sign your name, we'll tattoo you.
Well, if there's a way people want to support your shop somehow, do you guys sell gift certificates?
We do. I don't think you could do it online. I don't know. My boss is so old school, man. Like, he's an old school tattooer. That shop's been there for like 30 years. So, yeah, I don't know. But if you want, hit me up on my Instagram at Sam_tattoo_13, and then we can go from there. And
you got all your badass work on there.
Oh, shit. So. And here's another thing about the fucking virus, too. I was about to shoot a movie, a short, my fucking Western. Remember the one I was talking to you about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was putting it together. It's a fucking it's supposed to be like a half-hour short. It's 27 pages. I have a backer. The guy was going to help me put money together. He was going to match whatever I could put in. We were getting the actors together. We were trying to figure out which ranch, the one in Tucson, old Tucson, or the one, in California. Trying to figure it out. We were trying to shoot by this month, and this whole thing put everything off.
I was going to ask you that earlier, McClay.
You're good.
Fuck. Oh yeah. You only write features? I forgot you write shorts too, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm anything. I want to write features, shorts. We can. I do fucking pilots. I love pilots just because it's not as long as a feature, and it's a funner format for me because you could leave it open ended. You don't have to fucking end a pilot with like the answer.
Pull some of those tats up, McClay. That middle, that one's bad as fuck.
Yeah, dude, that guy, his whole arm's tattooed. I'm tattooing his back. I need to get some more pictures.
That's fucking bad, dude.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that thing, his whole arm is fucking saturated now. We just started on him. That was a while ago.
I highly suggest following Sam on Instagram, not only for his tattoos, but your cute ass dog. You post the baddest stories.
Oh, Mina. The old Mina.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, so no, this quarantine or this virus is definitely affected. I mean, I was supposed to be shooting a movie right now. What the fuck?
No, I was actually supposed to be coming out to LA for like 6 weeks in May, and I'm just I think the whole project's going to be disbanded. I don't even think they're going to do it now. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, who knows how Hollywood's going to come out the other end of this because movie theaters. What's going on with that? You know, is everything going to be streamed now? That sucks.
I know. That movie
sucks.
theater experience is going to be going away. It's kind of big.
AMC's hemorrhaging.
You know what scares me the most to think about is that the Strip is shut down.
Yeah.
That scares me the most. I bring it up a lot when I talk about this craziness. To think that money machine, the Las Vegas Strip, is not making money is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was checking out the stocks of MGM and all those fucking things, the casino ETFs. They're fucked right now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
one last thing we forgot to talk about is the podcast and how's that going? And where can you find that out?
Binge on this. Fuck. I guess you can find it on Apple, any podcast listening devices. It's on YouTube if you want to see us, which is like, I don't know if you want to look at me, but that's on YouTube under Binge on This and This, That, and the Other. There we go. This, that, and the other. Brian does all this shit. I told him a while ago. I'm like, you fucking take care of this shit. I'm here.
Yeah.
We're actually having a hard time. We were supposed to do a podcast yesterday. He fucking broke his computer.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude. He took it out of his bag. We were about to do the thing. He sent me a picture of the screen was all cracked and broken. Got smashed.
Fuck, man. Bad luck, dude.
He's been having some tough times. I've been, I feel bad, but, fuck. I told him. I tell him.
Well, yeah, fucking, I highly suggest listening to the podcast because you guys are funny
Dude.
as fuck. I know you guys got several different kinds of shows too, which is awesome.
Well, we're just doing we streamlined it just to the podcast for right now, just because we have a lot going on. He's acting. He's doing a lot of acting now, and I'm doing this writing thing, and we've just been too busy for all those other little shows we were trying to do. That shit started because we live together. The podcast is easy because we can do it like this. But yeah, if you want to check out our podcast, it's This, That, and the Other on any podcast listening device. And everything we say there, it's jokes. We're not serious. I say some horrible shit. We say some horrible shit, and so don't take it seriously.
And I love your rants too. And you know what? I feel honored that you did a rant on the podcast. So
thank you. It's funny that I haven't done a rant in a while on ours. I need to. Maybe I'm turning a new leaf. I'm doing good.
You want to do a shout out real quick, McClay?
So for everybody out there that is into maybe comic collectibles or trading cards, toys, sneakers, collecting whatever, check out the Clutch Collectibles Discord. Hit me up on Instagram at Brian McClay. And I'll get you into this group. It's a place where you buy, sell, and trade. We've got a good group of people over there that does giveaways and raffles and group breaks and it's a cool place to joke around and collect fun stuff. So hit me up if you want to do that.
That's good to know.
Yeah, dude.
I got toys. I got a lot of toys I need to start getting rid of.
Yeah, it's dope. So what's going on here? I'm stuck.
Fucking noob.
Yeah, fuck. So definitely check it out. And other than that, I'm fucking stuck. So
what kind of crackerjack show is this?
I know.
Where's my trailer?
We are stuck. I'm glad we're still recording.
Okay, well, shout out to Bang Salon, Hempel Farms, Quick Scope Apparel.
Yep.
This, That, and the Other podcast. Easy ADHD podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, talk some shit. Oh, I like that.
I like that. Oh, that was cool.
That's like old school Rogan.
Yeah, for real.
Like when he's in like the 400s. Oh shit. All right, we'll really appreciate you taking the time to come on, man. And
thank you guys for having me.
Awesome, fucking.
You guys keep up the good work, man. I'm so proud that you guys are doing this, and you guys have been hitting it hard. Every time you guys get a guest, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. We gotta have you on more, brother. This is nice being able to do it like this. So. Hell
yeah, man. Well,
all right, and
thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us. That is a wrap on episode 77 of the Bogcast.
Bang.